Hello there, it's me, Pepperbelly, with some more Blacklight Tango Down gameplay, which I filmed a very long time ago, probably about a month ago, and I've never posted it, and I still have other footage, but I'm not going to be talking about the gameplay in this video at all, so just for your FYI, don't expect me to be like, okay, well here's a tip or what I did or my thoughts on my thought process of the game. What I'm here to talk about is the new announcement of Blacklight 2. Hell yes. Maybe not so hell yes, but it's pretty still hell yes. And the reason why is because the game... Okay, well first, let's just get this out of the way right now. They announced it in Big Download, or what the hell is it called? Yes, BigDownload.com made this an exclusive story, basically, because in the beginning, a while ago, like about a month after, surprisingly, everyone was like Zombie Studios already mentioned, yeah, we're making a second Blacklight Tango Down 2. We're making a sequel. Like, it was already known of. We had suggestion threads in the forums. People have been posting there like crazy. There's lots of stuff on there. And people have been like committed to it and just keep going at it, and they continue to do that, and it's... but basically what's happening now is they actually announced with details, a little bit more details of what's going on with the game and how it's going to be marketed and what's going on. So what I wanted to mention to you is that they decided, because we already know Blacklight Tango Down was a really cheap game. It was a $15 downloadable game on PSN, on PC, and Xbox 360. And now they're even taking it a step further, but not really. To me, I personally think it's a step backwards, but it's kind of a step forward at the same time. But they're basically turning it into a free-to-play game. Yeah, you heard me. The game is free now. Blacklight 2, which they don't even call it Blacklight Tango Down 2. There's nothing official yet there. They just refer to it as Blacklight 2. And as far as we know, they're making it a free-to-play / microtransaction / play for free, whatever the hell you want to call it. Just because there's different ways you can say that. Game. So their whole new method with this is like, I'm kind of not too thrilled about it. I'm going to be honest. I mean, I love Blacklight. I can honestly say it's probably my favorite FPS ever made, because Blacklight just goes back to what FPSs is all about. Gameplay and competitiveness. Not like most games that don't have that. Like, every FPS seems to like separate itself from that and not go the way that many have been. And this game reminds me a lot of the past with Delta Force and Counter-Strike. Those older games. It's like the next gen like game that feels and just has the same kind of atmosphere of competitive gaming that actually requires skill to overtake your enemies. And I've shown you guys countless gameplays of like me not like, I'm not doing as great as I could be, but I'm not dying a lot too, and I'm doing decent. And when I'm on, like I mentioned, when I'm on, and you're not going to be able to kill me, and it's just the way it is, because that's how this game is. It actually revolves around skill. It's competitive. It's really just, the atmosphere of the game is just so immersive and so great. And I'm just afraid that them going for free-to-play, microtransaction style game is going to be kind of degrading to the series. Like, they mentioned, what's his name? Long. That's all I remember. Mark Long, the CEO, mentioned how apparently they've had this plan since the very beginning to have, like, they always wanted to have free-to-play games, which is basically, and if you don't know what that is, basically what it is it's a game that you make an account, well, depending on what they're going to do, you own it, you play it. Actually, to get it out of the way, most free-to-play games are browser-based. I know Battlefield Play for free, which I mentioned I was in the beta. I wanted to get footage for you guys. I wanted to make a gameplay for that, but I can't because I signed a non-disclosure agreement, which is well, you don't technically sign it, like your signature, but I mean, when you make an account, you're technically signing a non-disclosure agreement, much like the Spec Ops: The Line beta I was in previously, and other betas that are trying to be discretionary before they actually go public. But anyway, continuing what I was saying earlier, free-to-play games are basically games that you can, depending on what company you play with, you have an account on there, you log into it, you have the game for free, obviously, and you get certain content free. So what if there's a certain gun or a certain item or something that you want, you have to pay real money to get it. So it kind of makes sense, because then you kind of go at your own pace with what you want to purchase. So like, instead of paying $60 for a whole game, like say you want to play only the single player of like a Call of Duty game, right? Or only the multiplayer, and you pay for like, what is it, like $70-$60 depending on where you live for the game, even though you want only like half of what they have, and you're still putting money in for the other part, right? So some people just don't like that, but then again, you're getting the whole package regardless. With free-to-play, it's basically like you can play the stock game for free, but to get certain items, you can purchase it at your own pace. And by the time you're done, sometimes it can either add up to the full price of an actual retail game, or it can be even more expensive depending on the game you're playing. Now, I personally don't like. I'm really worried about the balance of how this game's gonna be. They mentioned a long time ago that they were planning on having mechs, like a Fear 2 style, like, yeah, let's have mechs in the game, which sounds pretty cool, but to be honest, I just don't see. I just hope they don't make the whole, like, every single level, every game, every match you put in, there'll be a mech there, kind of like Fear 2, you know. I hope they continue to have, like, just game types that fit to whatever you're going to need the mechs in, or certain weaponry, and I'm not too sure about how they're going to go about the game. I'm flabbergasted. I'm done. Like, I don't know what they're going to do with it. So, like, I don't have enough details to, like, not enough information to tell you guys about the game, how I know it's going to be, like, good or not, or if it's going to be, like, terrible, or if it's going to be completely different. I don't know. So it's going to be pretty hard to determine whether or not the game's actually going to be balanced. It's going to stay to its old traditional FPS roots which made the games that much better than most. Like, for me, I prefer Blacklight well over Call of Duty any day. Even though I've played so much Blacklight that I'm making a lot of Call of Duty videos now, because I know it's something new, I'm having fun with it. And when Blacklight 2 comes out, the same thing will happen again. I'll be playing that like crazy. I'm pretty sure I'll be like addicted to that game for like a really long time. But I don't know. That's all I got for you. And so now I'll talk a little bit more about what they've actually mentioned, opposed to my opinion on what they're doing. They mentioned that they're planning on they're using the latest and most technically advanced version of Unreal Engine 3. So this game's been using Unreal Engine 3, but it wasn't optimized perfectly. It runs good, it works good, it's great. But apparently they're planning on using the Unreal 3 engine, like the latest, greatest, like Mass Effect 3 style, like perfected, completely revolutionized, changed around engine. And hopefully, and there's actually a picture I'll post up in a second here. Hang on, it's gonna completely cut out the gameplay, but it's gonna be up. Gotta find a moment where it doesn't detract from the gameplay. And there you go. It's right there. You can see it. You can see the mech in the background. You can see the Order troop is crouching there, and you can see the two Blacklight troops there. And there's a higher res photo of that. That's way better than what it looks there. And you can go and look at it on Big Download's channel. I'll actually leave a link in the description so you can go and read the article yourself and learn a little bit more. But that's one of the key things they're planning on doing, is just having a more upgraded, graphically enhanced Unreal 3 engine. And along with that free-to-play style, like, marketing technique thing they're planning on going with. And regardless, I'm excited for the game. I don't sound excited because I'm kind of in a predicament of I don't know whether or not it's actually going to be really, really good or not. I really hope it stays to the roots of Blacklight and what they did right. And I hope they don't like turn it into some crazy like game, you know, that Blacklight isn't, you know. And however, I don't know. We'll see. In the future, there'll be better, more information, and when it does, I will definitely be making more videos talking about that with some Blacklight Tango Down gameplay, obviously, to kind of fit with what the whole thing is going on with it. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was informative enough for you. I'll leave a link in the description to the article, and you can please comment, rate the video, and subscribe if you want to see more in the future.